It's Tuesday of Holy Week, and for our devotional talk today, we're standing here in the middle of the Capitol Plaza in amongst the buildings of the Alberta Legislature and the government buildings. It's a setting that is a little bit reminiscent of the city of Jerusalem and especially the temple courts. If you can think of, in the summertime, there are many public gatherings here that happen, festivals, and a whole bunch of people can fit into this space. That's like what it is in the temple courts in Jerusalem, or at least in Jesus' time, when a whole bunch of people could fit into that public space. And on Tuesday of Holy Week, Jesus spent much of his day teaching in that space. Many of the great parables that we know come from that day, and Jesus teaching the crowds, teaching his disciples. He interacted with people there most of the day. And so thinking about the teaching of Jesus and the gathering place, the temple courts, it reminds us then of that day, what it was like for them. At the end of the day, on Tuesday night, when they were ready to go back to Bethany, where Jesus and his disciples were staying, it says that the disciples looked around at the buildings of the Temple Mount, and they commented to Jesus saying, "Look at these great buildings." And the text says at the beginning of Matthew chapter 24, that Jesus said, "You see these buildings? Not one stone will be left on another." It's interesting, the exchange. The disciples were impressed by these feats of architecture. Jesus wasn't all that impressed. And he said, "They're not going to be as permanent as you think they are." It's a good reminder at this time of our lives, what we've been witnessing in the last few weeks, thinking about how this little virus, this sickness, has shaken the world so much, and things that used to seem very permanent, very lasting and trustworthy, might not seem that way anymore. It's good to be challenged in our trust. Where do we put our trust? What seems permanent to us? What seems dependable these days? And for this Tuesday then, I want to invite you to think about what's trustworthy, what's dependable, and how then Jesus' words in his teaching on Tuesday of Holy Week can challenge us. God bless you today, and God be with you through the week.